Hello, my name is Jim Mullaney from SciTech Process Solutions. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2021. I believe it's 24th. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a fully remanufactured SciTech 280 spin rinse dryer. This system is equipped with a state-of-the-art SciTech touchscreen controller. This controller by itself makes this tool more advanced than any rinser dryer you can buy in the world. It has data acquisition capabilities, it has multiple recipes, it has data logging, it has alarms, it has maintenance modes, it has a ton of stuff. I won't go into the detail on that because I've done lots of videos on our YouTube channel that can see that, but I want to just kind of review that. This customer's PO number is 455388. We don't give their name out in our videos because this is uploaded to our YouTube channel for them to see. However, this system was purchased for 4 different wafer sizes. Currently I have 6-inch in here for the A182 60MB cassette. They also bought a rotor for the A192 81M cassette. They also purchased 2 inserts that will downsize this rotor to 4-inch and also down to 2-inch, and I'll show those in the video. I won't run the 8-inch rotor only because the low-profile 8-inch rotor, you cannot build an insert for the high-profile 6-inch cassette, so they have to have 2 rotors. For this video, I'm going to run the 6-inch and then also the 4 and the 2 very quickly just to show you how well they run. But I didn't want to extend the video to be more than 30-40 minutes if I had to. For the options on this tool, this customer, let's see, has a slick device controller. It has the insert for the A7220M 2-inch cassette and the A7239M 4-inch cassette. So let me put that away real quick. Just for reference, I'll be right back in a second. Here is the brand new rotor, the A192 81M. Again, I won't install this. I've done the testing. It runs beautiful, it runs smooth, it runs beautiful. There is no, you don't even know the machine's running, it's so quiet. So I'll put this back down. Alrighty, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and run a regular typical process run in a spin rinse dryer for the 6-inch. I'll talk about our remanufacturing capability, our spare parts support, etc. I'll then change the recipe to make it a dry only for the convenience of this video to run the 4 and the 2-inch and show you how fast that can be done. So let me grab my 6-inch cassette. A customer simply walks up and loads this, and you hit start. I've done a typical rinser dryer process. I got about a 30-second rinse, a short-term 10-second purge. The purge blows the water out of the DI line so it doesn't drip back during the dry cycle. I have the traditional high RPM dry 1, which slings the water off of the wafer, the cassette, the substrates, etc. And then I have the traditional longer duration dry 2, which uses, again, centrifugal force, bowl heaters, N2 heat to dry everything. On the back of the system, we have our servo amp. It's mounted to the back. We also have our ID tag for reference. This system is SRD number 01315. It was remanufactured in 3/2010. As you can see, we're in our dry cycle. Look how smooth this is. It is fantastic. For our touchscreen controller, green is good. Green means you're working. So the N2 valve's on, the low pressure purge is on, the N2 heater's on, and the bowl heater's on. And a nice graphical interface for the customer. Also on the back of that name tag has our URL, scitechprocess.com. You can go to our website for any specifics on this tool, which I'll talk about. It also has our phone number to call in for advice. So let me talk about our SciTech manufacturing program. When we sell our tools, we don't care what size, what design, what wafer configuration, if it's parts, squares, rounds, doesn't really matter to us. We can build all kinds of rotors, that we call them, to install. When a system is brought to the floor, the parts are pulled, the system goes through a complete rebuild. It is, we call it our dry build area. The system is built up without the poly, no controller, and we have test controllers. It goes through dry testing. Once the technician feels it's built correctly, there's a second quality control by another technician that we review it, have a checkoff list, make sure it passes, and they run it again and so forth. If it passes that, it moves into final test without the poly, and the controller is usually on the cart below. and we go through the debugging. When you hook the DI water to it, you have to make sure valves are tight and so forth, so there's no little drips in there, etc. Once that passes, we have another technician come in to review that. If it passes that, it goes through a multiple process runs for about 2 days. If it passes that, it gets put into its configuration like this, where basically now we start to burn in the long burn-in process. This one's been burning for about a week, and then we actually release it to sales to do the video on this. This is actually going to a university for reference, and that's why this university runs different wafer sizes. Again, they're going to do 2, 4, 6, and 8 on this system. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so we're in our dry tooth cycle. We have about 260 seconds, so that's about 4.5 minutes. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our support on this tool. This system is called the 280S. The S means it has the brushless motor and it has a servo amp. We have 100% spares for this tool. We have brand new controllers, obviously. We have brand new servo amps that we've designed. We have brand new motors we've designed. We have all new valving. We have new heater blankets. We have N2 heaters. We have the RSP, which is called the rotor stop positioner. We have all the solenoid valves, all the pressure switches. Everything and anything can be bought on our website. When you go to SciTechProcess.com, on the left-hand side, you'll see a bunch of buttons going all the way down. The first 7 are all SRD related. They're specifically Semitool. It's the S models in Sam, the F is in Frank, the traditional ST. So you can pick any version models you want us to quote. The second 3 buttons are all the spare parts. Again, 100% spare parts on all the versions. The last button is our SST and SAT. That's the Semitool spray acid tool and solvent spray tool. We have a variety of spare parts for that. The next button down is the Vertec. We actually purchased Martech/Vertec 2 years ago. We are the OEM now for the Vertec product line. We do quite a lot. In fact, we received an order last week for 4 8-inch systems. We're going to be starting to build up. So we are the OEM. We have all the spare parts. We have all the bill of materials. We have all the software. We have everything for the complete Vertec product line. So for the spin rinse dryer, we are the #1 reseller in spare parts, non-OEM spare parts in the United States, and we believe now in the world, especially with our state-of-the-art slick device controller. This system, I would say 90% of our systems that get sold now upgrade to this system, and we have fabs now worldwide all upgrading fab-wide to our controller. We also have Modbus capability, and we just finished working on the sex communication on the system for more advanced fabs. So we have about 1.5 minutes to go. Let me talk about our other wet processing tools we do. We do the Integris HTC box washers, the 4000, 8000, 8010, 20, and 30. We do quite a lot of those. We completely remanufacture those tools. On our website, you'll see a ton of spare parts, heaters, valving, racks, spray nozzles, etc. We also do a lot of the single wafer masking wafer scrubbers, the S&K, Ultra T, and Ultra Tech. We actually have an order for 2, if not 3 right now in our manufacturing process for customers. One customer is doing quite large, over 300 millimeter substrates. So that's kind of the wet processing line. For our metrology, we do the 10-core KLA particle counters. That'd be the 4000, 5000, 6000 class. We do nanometrics tools. We have an order now for a nanometrics tool we're doing. We do DECTAC profilometers. We do alpha-step profilometers. We do Prometric systems. We do quite a lot of the thin film measurements. We also do a lot in the photolithography. Besides the YES vapor prime ovens, we do a lot of pump rebuilds. IDI, Millipore, Cybor. Well, IDI and Cybor are the same now. And we have quite a lot of customers that send us pumps. Every week we have pumps coming in from customers worldwide, basically, for us to rebuild their pumps. So it's we're really a diverse front-end company. However, spin rinse dryers is our main product line and probably 80% of our total corporate revenue. Okay, we have 62 seconds left. At the end of the process, back here, I'll move this rinse dryer out of the way. We have quite a lot of them in final test right now. It's called the rotor stop positioner, RSP. It actually will shoot out. It has a bearing on the end. It'll roll against the cam assembly, find a very specific spot, which will upright this to 12 o'clock, which is home position. Once that happens and RPMs hit 0, I'll hear the door release and be able to open it up and show you the substrates, and then I'll go ahead and show you the different wafer sizes we can do. We have 30 seconds left. We give free upgrades to, for this customer on our light indicator. Green means good, means you're processing. Amber means you're waiting. Blue, I believe it means you're unload me. And red means problem. That's alarm. We also have a complete alarm screen at the end of the process that brings up all the functions of the tool. If anything's happened, it has an alarm. You can clear the alarm, or you can actually set it into maintenance mode, which I'll actually show you how to do that because it's kind of neat. And then the service team can look at the log to see what the issue was. Okay, we're breaking down. RPM's almost done, and 0. I just heard it release. Okay, so at the end of the process is complete, you can open the door. You can either hit OK, open the door, or hit stop. All three will clear it. I'll just open the door. Feel for hot end 2, feels good. The wafer's nice and warm. Looks great. So, the university, some PhD students just processed their 6-inch wafers, and then I'm going to put these down, and I'll be right back. Now guess what? Another PhD student walked up and said, but I run 4-inch. What do? I don't want to take this whole thing apart. So they simply open the door, take the SciTech insert that's been custom designed, install it like that. 10 seconds, we've done a complete wafer change size. Now the student brings his cassette. Here we go. This is the 4-inch cassette made for this. Loads it. I'm going to switch the recipe and take the rinse off so we can just show you the drawing, the RPMs for you. Okay, I just saved the recipe. I took the rinse out of the recipe so we can focus on watching it spin. So they've loaded it. They don't have to change the recipe because they wouldn't have, because they want to rinse. Make sure it's loaded, which it is, and hit start. Again, this one I didn't do the water, but just for time convenience. If I do the water, then we have to run it through the whole 400-second dry, and I thought that'd be kind of a waste of time. I'll let it ramp up to 1800 RPM. Okay, there we go, ramping up, and 1800, perfect. We have a proprietary algorithm for our ramping with a smart controller that learns it. It learns the power needed at different wafers. So, process is over. Let's just end this to show you. Okay, imagine the process really ended. And this student comes back and grabs his wafers, or wafer. Okay, as you can see, this says uncompleted run because I aborted it by stopping it. That's why you have that alarm light. I'll clear that. So we'll take the cassette out and take our insert out. Now guess what? The next student walks over and says, whoa, yeah, but I run 2-inch and I need to use this rinser dryer. Here's our custom designed insert for 2-inch. Simply install it like that. Again, less than 10 seconds. Take their cassette of wafers, install it in, and hit start. I'll let it ramp up to 1800 just to show you how smooth it is. We're at 500 now. That's typical process, 500. And the high RPM is usually around 800. We go higher, but 1800 is kind of the standard in the industry. We're at 1800 already. See how fast that happened? Because of the size. Beautifully smooth, no issues. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, so I can actually take that out and say, all right, take my 2-inch away, which I just did. And then guess what? The next student comes over and says, oh, but I run 6-inch. I run 150 millimeter. No insert needed. Simply insert the cassette and run the process. That's how easy it'd be. What I want to show you is because this will be in a university environment, what the professor can do if there is an alarm for any reason. If there is an alarm, you can go to our alarm screen. It'll designate what alarm happened. At this point, there are no alarms. But if there was, and they didn't know what to do, and they wanted to call the maintenance team, they can click maintenance needed, turn power on. Okay. So, as you can see, the blinking light means we have an alarm issue. But what we've added to our software, tool down. Red and yellow banner, flashing tool down. This makes it pretty obvious if a student walks up and says, okay, this is a tool down situation, and you can't run the tool. So that's how easy it is for someone to put this in tool down. So, or if the professor wants to do something special and doesn't want people to run the tool, they can do that. Let's go back in the alarm and say, oh no, there's nothing wrong with the tool. Let's go ahead and set it. And we're back to amber means good. Okay, so that is going to conclude my brief video presentation of a Cytec fully remanufactured 8-inch tabletop spinner and dryer. Again, for 8-inch wafers, 6-inch wafers, 4-inch and 2. You've seen the convenience and how fantastic it is to do our new wafer changeout, how quick it is. You've also seen the information on our new state-of-the-art Cytec controller. This system is being packaged today to be picked up tomorrow. There's a deadline here that I kind of missed when I was out of town last week. So we're going to package it, contact the shipper today with all the DIMMs so it can be picked up. If there's any questions, my name is Jim Mulaney from Cytec Process Solutions. You can call us at 916-797-9000, or you can easily on our website click on any of the product lines and click on contact sales, and we'll get an email, or just send an email to sales@cytecprocess.com. I forgot to say in the very beginning, Cytec is very aware of the COVID-19. We are following all of the safety protocols. As an essential company, most of our employees have actually been vaccinated because of our COVID contracts we have for multiple companies. But I took my mask off strictly for this presentation, and as soon as it's over, I'll put my mask back on for COVID protection. Thank you. Have a great day.